Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Hasbro Star Wars, the Black Series, number 7 Clone Trooper Sergeant 6-inch scale figure. For the rest of this week I'm going to be looking at a couple of older 6-inch Black Series figures that for whatever reason I just didn't get around to reviewing until now. I'm glad to finally be taking a look at some of these. But before we do that, I do want to give out a few shout-outs to a few channels that I have been quite interested in lately and watching quite a bit of. The first one is the Comic Figure Blog. It's a really great channel. He's a very down-to-earth guy who is quite passionate about collecting, and he reviews a multitude of different properties in his videos. I'm really looking forward to his channel. I think a lot of great stuff is going to come from it. The second one is the Collector's Hut. They do Star Wars reviews of all kinds. It's a very nice channel, very thorough reviews, and it's clear that they're quite passionate about Star Wars. Always fun to watch the Collector's Hut. Third and final one is Matthew Brando. I first met Matthew on the JP Toys forum. He's a really cool dude, does very thorough and in-depth detailed reviews on Jurassic Park and Jurassic World toys. They're quite humorous and fun to watch. All three of these channels will have links down in the description, so please be sure and check out their channel. I definitely think you will enjoy them. And now on to the Clone Trooper Sergeant. As you can see here, the packaging is essentially the same as what we have been seeing on the 6-inch Black Series for some time now. The back of the box says, Clone Trooper Sergeants are genetically engineered and trained to command clone trooper squads in the Grand Army of the Republic during the Clone Wars. And we have an image there, presumably from Geonosis, in which several clone troopers are rushing into battle with a Republic gunship behind them. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get our Clone Trooper Sergeant out of the box here, and we're going to take a closer look and see what he's like out of the packaging. Alright you guys, and here he is out of the packaging, and right off the bat, this guy is a repaint of the original Attack of the Clones clone trooper that was previously released in the 6-inch Black Series lineup. This one, of course, being the Sergeant, has the green markings that denote him as such. Just like with the previous release, this one is very nicely sculpted. It's very screen accurate to what we saw in the film. The proportions on it are very nice. The paintwork on it is very nicely done. And he does come with a couple of accessories, just like his predecessor. Give you a close-up of the head. As you can see, it is very, very nicely done. Looks to be painted a little bit better than the original release as well. Much cleaner paint on the visor. The green striping is also quite clean and nicely applied. He has a very long crest on his head, as these troopers do, which is pretty cool. I've always thought. Little black dot there in the back. A little more detailing here and black paint. Rest of the body is very nice. You get the little ranking there on his chest. You get the green striping going down his arms. Very nice color of green striping. This does look like what we've seen in the production photos and such. It's kind of like an olive green type color. Very nice. And just the rest of the outfit is very nicely done. Now the knees are a little bit different from the rest of the armor. As you can see, the coloring is a little bit darker, but that was also kind of the case on the previous release, so not really a huge deal. He has some gray striping on the back of his knees and the legs, apart from the off-colored knee pads, do look quite nice. The soles of his feet have a gray outlining on them. In the way of articulation, Clone Trooper has a ball joint here at the head. You don't get a whole lot of movement given the way that it is done here. It's just got a very small opening there for the helmet, but I suppose it moves more or less enough. He has ball joints here at the shoulders, and they are somewhat hindered because of the shoulder pads, but you can move them outward a good bit. He has swivels here at the biceps. You get your double bends at the elbows. You get bending and swivels at both of the wrists. It goes in and outward on the left and upward and downward on the right. He has a nice ball joint here at the torso. He's got ball hinging at both of his hips, and they move quite nicely. You get your double bends at the knees, and then rocker hinges at both of his ankles. So same articulation as the predecessor, of course, and quite nicely articulated on the whole. In the way of accessories, we get 2 blaster rifles. The first one here is the shorter of the 2 Clone Trooper blasters. Essentially the same as what it came packed with the original clone, but this one does have the gray painted there on the clip, which is pretty nice. We also get the extra long Clone Trooper blaster rifle, and similarly this one also has the gray painted there. So I don't think that's quite accurate to the film, but it is cool that they made an effort to at least differentiate it a little bit, since the older figures' rifles were just solid black. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series number 7 Clone Trooper Sergeant 6-inch scale figure. On the whole, this is a pretty nice figure. Of course, since it is a Clone Trooper, it's pretty easy for Hasbro to just repaint it and release it as a different figure every now and then. So this is the second version. The Clone Trooper Captain with the red markings is also out now as well. I do also plan to get that one, and then, I'll be able to compare all 3 of them for you. Overall, it is a really nice figure. The sculpt work on it is very nicely done. Paintwork on it is very nice and clean. Accessories are quite nice, and I like the extra little detailing they applied to them. If you're someone that just would prefer to have one of each different kind of figure from this line, then, I would say get the original one, since that's what we saw more of in Attack of the Clones. But if you're a fan of clones and you got to collect them all, then by all means, get the Sergeant to go along with it, and, get the new Captain. And I anticipate that at some point or another, Hasbro will get around to the Blue Lieutenant and the Yellow Commander at some point. So hopefully they do, and it'll be nice to have all of the clone officers. Alright, my friends, so stay tuned, because we have a couple more Star Wars 6-inch Black Series reviews coming this week. Comic-Con is also fixing to begin. So quite excited to hear about any new movie news or collectibles, because I'm sure we'll see some toys from The Force Awakens. I mean, we've got to at this point. It's just so close. So really looking forward to it, and quite excited to see what they have lined up. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, I want to thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, bye-bye.